A company I know gave everyone access to their AI tools on a Monday. By Friday, someone had asked it to write a termination letter for their own manager. It did. It was pretty good, actually. Very professional. HR found out because the employee accidentally sent it to the manager instead of saving it. Welcome to democratized AI access. Today, open it up or lock it down. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Binary Business. I'm Will Guidry. Every episode, we take a real business decision, strip out the noise, and run it through a binary filter. Because the best operators don't debate options forever. They decide, move, and adjust. Today's binary: do you give everyone access to AI tools, or do you gate access based on role, risk, or readiness? Speed versus safety, innovation versus incidence, trust versus control. There's no clean answer, but there is a framework. Let's get into it. Here's the state of the union in most organizations right now. Leadership announces AI access. Maybe it's Microsoft Copilot. Maybe it's ChatGPT Enterprise. Maybe it's some industry-specific tool. The announcement goes something like, we're investing in AI to empower our teams. Everyone will have access by Q2. And then chaos management begins. Legal wants to know what data can be entered. IT wants to know who's responsible when something breaks. HR wants to know what happens when people use it to do other people's jobs. Compliance wants to know pretty much everything. By the time all those questions get answered, two things have happened. One, half the company is already using AI anyway, on personal devices with personal accounts, entering company data into tools that you don't even control. Two, the people who need AI most have moved on. They're early adopters, the experimenters, the ones who've already figured out the best use cases for you, for free. I call this the governance delay tax. Every month you spend perfecting your AI access policy is a month your competitors spend learning what actually works. But here's the other side. A financial services company I know gave traders broad AI access, no guardrails. Figure it out energy. 3 weeks later, someone used it to generate client communications that included, and I'm not making this up, made up regulatory citations, fake laws, completely invented compliance language. The AI hallucinated regulatory requirements, and the trader didn't check because why would the AI lie about laws? Spoiler, AI lies about everything, confidently, with citations. That cost them 7 figures in fines and a very uncomfortable conversation with the regulator. So we've got the governance delay tax on one side and the hallucination liability bomb on the other. Somewhere between lock everything down in full chaos mode is an actual answer. Let's find it. Binary 1, democratize access. Give everyone AI tools and let them learn by doing. Binary 0, gate access. Control who gets what based on their role, risk profile, and readiness. Let's break down both. The pitch is compelling. AI is the great equalizer. Give everyone access, and you unlock innovation at every level. The best ideas might come from the person closest to the problem, not the person with the biggest budget. I've seen this work beautifully. A manufacturing company gave floor supervisors access to AI analysis tools. Within a month, one supervisor had identified a maintenance pattern that engineering had missed for 2 years. Saved them $800,000 in downtime. Nobody asked permission. Nobody submitted a project proposal. He just saw the data differently and asked the right questions. That's what democratized access can do. You get unexpected wins from unexpected places. But here's the problem. Not every unexpected outcome is a win. Same company, different department. Someone in marketing used AI to generate customer testimonials. Not real testimonials, AI-generated quotes attributed to real customers who never said those things. Marketing thought it was a time saver. Legal thought it was fraud. The customer thought it was defamation. Nobody trained them on what was allowed. Nobody checked their outputs. Democracy without education is just distributed risk. Binary 0, gate access. The pitch here is control and accountability. You give AI to the people who need it, train them properly, and monitor usage until you're confident the organization can handle broader access. This also works. A law firm I work with gave AI access to senior associates first. They spent 6 weeks learning the tools, documenting best practices, and identifying the risks. Then they trained the junior associates, then paralegals, then administrative staff. By the time everyone had access, there was institutional knowledge about what worked and what didn't. The junior people learned from real experience, not a generic training video. But here's the problem with gating. Who decides who's ready? Usually it's IT or legal, and their incentive structure is asymmetric. If they approve access and something goes wrong, they get blamed. If they delay access and nothing happens, nobody notices. So access gets delayed and delayed and delayed. Meanwhile, the people who need AI most are doing it anyway, just without your tools, guardrails, or visibility. I call this security theater for AI. You're not reducing risks, you're just making it invisible. So we've got distributed risk with open access and invisible risk with gated access. Neither's great. So let's run this through the ABCD. Before we get into the framework, If you want to score decisions like this against actual operator criteria, the binary decision scorecard is free. There's a link in the description. So here's the ABCD framework breakdown. Audience, build, convert, deliver. A is for audience. Who are we actually talking about here? This is where most access decisions fail before they start. Leadership asks, should we give everyone AI? As if everyone is a coherent strategy. It's not. Everyone includes the marketing coordinator who barely uses email, the data analyst who's been prompting LLMs since GPT, the executive assistant who handles sensitive information daily, the intern who wants to look productive, and the veteran employee who thinks AI is a threat to their relevance. These people don't have the same needs, the same risks, or the same capacity to use AI responsibly. When you ask democratize or gate, the first question is for whom? Here's how I break it down. Segment your workforce into 3 access tiers. Tier 1, AI native roles. Data analysts, developers, researchers, anyone whose job is fundamentally about information synthesis. These people should have had access yesterday. Tier 2, AI adjacent roles. Customer service, sales, marketing, operations, they'll benefit from AI but need guardrails and training. Give them scoped access with clear boundaries. And Tier 3, AI sensitive roles. Anyone handling confidential information, legal documents, financial data, HR decisions. These need the most controlled rollout, the most training, and the most monitoring. Same company, 3 different access strategies. That's not gating versus democratizing. That's segmented intelligence. B is for build. What infrastructure are you actually creating? Here's where companies tend to waste a lot of money. They buy enterprise AI licenses for everyone. Day 1, full access. Big announcement. CEO sends a video message about innovation. A few months later, utilization is like 12%. Most people logged in once, got overwhelmed, and never came back. Again, that's not democratization. That's expensive shelfware. If you're going to democratize access, you need to build 3 things. First, onboarding that actually works. Not a 1-hour webinar, real hands-on training with examples relevant to each role. If your onboarding doesn't include, here's how someone in your exact role uses this tool to save 3 hours a week, it's not onboarding, it's a checkbox. Second, support infrastructure. Who do people ask when AI gives them weird outputs? Who helps them when prompts don't work? If the answer is submit an IT ticket, you're already lost. Third, usage visibility. Not surveillance, visibility. Can you see what's working? Can you identify power users who should train others? Can you spot misuses before it becomes a lawsuit? If you can't build these 3 things, don't democratize. You're just distributing confusion. C is for convert. How do you actually change behavior? Access doesn't equal adoption, and adoption doesn't equal value. I've seen companies with 100% AI access and 8% regular usage. That's not digital transformation, that's digital decoration. Here's what's actually driving adoption. Immediate usefulness. If someone can't see value in their first session, they won't have a second session. Your rollout needs a 5-minute win, something every person can do immediately that saves them time. The second thing I look at is social proof from peers. Leadership says this is important, doesn't mean anything. Marcus in accounting uses this to close the books 2 days faster, means everything. Find your early wins and broadcast them relentlessly. The third thing I see is permission to experiment. Most people are afraid of looking stupid to new tools. They worry about wasting time, making mistakes, or just doing it wrong. You have to explicitly give them permission to be bad at AI for a while. Not just say it, demonstrate it. Share your own failed prompts. Normalize that iteration. Here's a framework that I use with clients. Launch week, training plus immediate wins. Month 1, peer showcases, share what's working. Month 2, role-specific deep dives. Month 3, measure and iterate. If your entire launch plan is announce and hope, you're not converting, you're broadcasting. D is for deliver. What does the actual operating model look like? Let's get practical here. Most companies treat AI access as a binary decision, on or off. But the best implementations use a sliding scale. Here's what that actually looks like. At level 0, there's no access. There's reserved roles where AI genuinely creates unacceptable risk or people who have explicitly opted out. This should be a very small group. Level 1, people can see AI outputs, but can't generate them directly. This is useful for review and for training without creating risk. Level 2, guided access. AI use through pre-built workflows with guardrails, templates, approved prompts, scoped tools, good for AI adjacent roles. Level 3, full access with monitoring. Create freely, but usage is logged and reviewed for AI native roles who need flexibility. Level 4, experimental access. Sandboxed environments for testing new use cases for power users and innovation teams. So this isn't democratize or gate. It's the right access for the right roles at the right time. And here's the key. Levels should change. Someone who started at level 2 should be able to earn level 3. Someone misusing level 3 should move back to level 2. Access is a system, not a setting. So here's the call. It's scorecard time. Test 1. Does this create leverage? Democratized access creates leverage only if people actually use it. Gated access creates leverage only if the gates open eventually. The highest leverage is tiered access with clear pathways to move up. You get both speed and safety. The score? Tiered model wins. Test number 2. Does this relieve the primary constraint? If your constraint is capability, meaning people don't know how to use AI, gating and training together relieve that. If your constraint is speed, decisions take too long because people don't have the tools, democratizing relieves that. If your constraint is risk, people are already using shadow AI, bringing them inside a monitored system is the only option that actually addresses this. So the score depends on your actual constraint. Test number 3. Will benefits compound over time? Full democratization without training depreciates. People will give up. Permanent gating depreciates as well. You'll never build capability. Tiered access with progression compounds. People level up. Capability spreads. Best practices emerge organically. So the score here? Progressive access wins. Test number 4. Does this build a moat or rent someone else's? Organizational AI literacy is definitely a moat, but only if it's built intentionally. Everyone has ChatGPT. That's not a moat. Our team knows exactly how to use AI for specific workflows is. So the score depends on whether you're building capability or just buying licenses. Test 5. Does this reduce dependency? Open access can reduce dependency on individual experts if it's implemented well. But poorly implemented open access creates new dependencies. Dependencies on IT support, on the few people who actually figured it out, and on cleanup crews for AI mistakes. So the score, tiered with training, reduces dependency the most. Test 6. Will you get clear signals in 30 to 60 days? Yep, you certainly will if you're measuring the right things. Not just how many people logged in, but did the task completion improve? Did error rates change? Or specific workloads faster? If you're not measuring those things, you're not managing anyway. So the score, yes, with proper metrics. And finally, test 7. Is this aligned with where the business is going? AI capability is already a competitive requirement. The question isn't whether your people need AI, it's how fast you can get them competent. Gating forever is misaligned. Democratizing without structure is also misaligned. Progressive access aligned with business growth is the move. So the score, progressive access with business alignment, wins every time. So here's the binary decision. Don't ask democratize or gate. Ask who needs what, when, and how do we get them there. Start with your highest need, lowest risk group. Give them access, train them, and learn from them. Then expand, layer by layer, role by role, with training, visibility, and clear progression paths. The companies winning at AI aren't the ones who gave access to everyone first. They're the ones who built systems that help people actually use it. Access is easy. Capability is hard. Build for capacity. If you want to stress test your own AI access decisions, the Binary Decision Scorecard is free. The link's in the description. In the next episode, AI for speed or AI for accuracy. Sometimes you can only pick one. We'll talk about how to choose. Until then, I'm Will Guidry. This is Binary Business, all signal, no noise.